Chapter 6. When I got out of law school, I couldn't wait to be the bearer of bad news to the enemy, to be the hatchet man. I had spent so much time learning the theory, I wanted to wield the power, to stand there in my new suit and tell people the way it was. It took a long time to realize that most of the time, I was just a well-dressed errand boy. I thought I had beaten the addiction to doing people's dirty work when I quit practicing law, but apparently a really good-looking woman could knock me off the wagon. I have to ask you one more thing, Cynthia said as I watched her pack. She had been a little manic after our meeting with the cops, and her tension increased as we walked to her apartment. Once inside, she worked at a fever pitch on the preparations for her trip. "What's that?" I said. "Could you handle a call to Alex's parents for me? I can't bear the thought of talking to them. I never really knew them, and from what I did know about them, I didn't like them. I don't have anything to say to them, except, well, I guess some kind of arrangements have to be made, and I'm not even going to be here. You've been so great, and if you're going to be the one meeting them here, it just seems, I don't know, I don't even know what kind of arrangements need to be." I cut her off. "I'll talk to them. What's their number?" "I don't know. I never had any reason to have it. I don't even know if Alex had it." "I'm sure he had his parents' number somewhere," I said. "Didn't he have an address book or a planner or something?" "Yes." "Do you know where it is?" "It's probably in his room, on his desk," she said, but she didn't make a move for the door. "I'll get it," I said, heading to Alex's room. It was smaller than Cynthia's, with a lot less personality. The only furniture was a bed, a dresser, a small desk with a mismatched chair and a lamp. On the desk, lying open next to a couple of dog-eared scripts, I found a cheap loose-leaf address book planner with a vinyl cover. It was crammed with mismatched filler, loose scraps of paper, and business cards serving as bookmarks. I felt odd going through a stranger's things, even if he was dead, so I closed it and brought it to Cynthia. She found the information, wrote it on a Post-it note, and handed it to me. I figured I might as well get it over with, so I dialed the phone. After 5 rings, a man's voice answered. "Hello?" "Hello, may I please speak with," I looked at the Post-it note, "with Martin Penworth?" "I'm sorry, he can't come to the phone right now. Can I help you?" "I'm not sure. Is this a friend of the family?" "It is." "I'm sorry to intrude at this difficult time. My name is Zach Brandis, and I'm a friend of Cynthia Hull, who was Alex's roommate." "Yes, I know of Miss Hull." "As you can imagine, she's quite shaken by Alex's death. Unfortunately, she has been called out of town for an extended period of time because of personal circumstances, and she asked me to express her condolences and to assist Alex's family during her absence, if I can. I'm sure it's much too early for them to be thinking about this, but I can provide access to the apartment, should they need it, to collect his things, or I can help make arrangements for them." "That's very kind of you." "Not at all," I said. "I'll just leave my name and number, and they can call me whenever it's convenient." "Just one moment. Let me get something to write with." I heard him put down the receiver and then silence, but for the sound of the open line. In a few moments, he was back. "Hello?" "I'm here," I said, and gave my name again, followed by my number. "May I ask with whom I am speaking?" I asked. "My name is Simon," he said. He offered no last name. "I'm a friend of the family. I've come to help them at this difficult time." "Yes, I'm sure." There was something self-assured and formal about this man, an air of the old-fashioned. "This has been very kind of you. I'll let Mr. Penworth know. I'm sure that you'll be hearing from them in the next few days." "Thank you," I said. "Not at all," said Simon. "Goodbye." "Goodbye," I said, but the line had already gone dead. "Who are you talking to?" Cynthia asked. She had been puttering at her vanity, carefully picking over an endless supply of makeup, rummaging through drawers, tossing some items into a portable makeup case, others into the wastebasket. Some friend of the family. Who was it? He said his name was Simon. Oh, she said, slamming one drawer shut and opening another. That figures. What? I asked. Nothing, she said. You know this guy? Yeah. I mean, no, I don't know him. I just know of him. He's the reason Alex lost his family. That's the second time you've said that. What do you mean? You make it sound like they're dead. They were, as far as Alex was concerned. She stopped rummaging. No, that's not true, she said. He was dead, as far as they were concerned. What, they disowned him or something? Just about. Why? I don't know the details. He didn't like to talk about it. I just know that it had something to do with Simon. How? Simon is his family's guru. Guru? I asked. Yeah, you're kidding. Nope. I thought those went out after the 70s. Well, that's when Alex's dad met this guy. He's been involved with him since then. I watched her go back to packing. She was easy to watch. She moved randomly about the room, filling her bag haphazardly, and I wondered again what I had gotten myself into. I had just met this woman, and now I was going to help her clean up the details of a mess that was none of my concern while she dashed off to Massachusetts to pursue her dream. Not that it was going to be that complicated, and at least it would give me something to do. It wasn't as if I'd been very busy lately. It wasn't as if I'd been very busy for the past year and a half. I glanced at the clock on her bookshelf and decided to be surprised at the time. I stood up. Hey, Cynthia, I have someplace I've got to be. Oh, yeah? Yeah, a friend of mine. He's in a pretty bad way, I lied. He's having trouble with his girlfriend, and he called and needed to get together to talk. She stopped packing and looked at me. Is this all you do? What do you mean? Help people? I shrugged. She crossed to me, placed a hand on my head, and kissed me gently on the lips. A swirl of electric current ran around my neck. Well, it's not like I have that much to do, I said feebly, repeating my earlier thoughts out loud. I still don't know much about how you fill your time. All you told me about last night was what you don't do anymore. Maybe we'll have more time when you get back from Springfield. I hope so, she said, and kissed me gently again. It felt good. It also felt like a deposit for services to be rendered. I hope so, she said again. She rested her head against my chest, and I looked up into the eyes of her cat, who looked back reprovingly from its perch on top of the bookshelf next to the Riverside Shakespeare. What do we do about him? I asked. She turned and looked at the cat. Oh, Hank looks after him when we're gone, so that won't be a problem. I already spoke to him about it. All righty then, I said, irked by the realization that she had already made her decision about taking the job before she met me at the police station. I guess I better take those keys and go. I dropped my arms from her waist, and she followed me out of her bedroom. In the living room, I picked up my knapsack, and she handed me a set of keys. I'll call you when I get settled up in Springfield. Let you know how to get in touch with me. Okie doke, I said. I was ready to get out of there. Thanks for taking care of all this for me. Not a problem, I said. She placed one hand behind my neck and pulled my face towards her for one more gentle kiss. I walked out the door, paused in the hallway to hear the deadbolt shoot home, then jogged down the stairs to the street. And that wraps up chapter 6.